All right. So part of what we do is, like I said, digital, building several digital tools that help. Um, is is there any French translation? No, no. I'm not sure. That has been provided, but if you if you have a translator, an AI translator on your, I think I'm going to have to take a tool on language translator. But if you have an AI translator, you can probably impute that as a note taker. And I know that when I'm speaking, it can just equally translate that for you. Thank you very much. But that note is already taken so that we're going to impute it into our subsequent training. So I was giving a breakdown of some of the things we do at Data Fight and Data Story Lab, because this is not the first, is one of the things one of the trainings we also organize in Data Fight Academy, just as a system where we equip journalists or equip media practitioners, civic societies, the data analyst space, or people who by day to day have to engage with data with equipment. So with equipment or tools, let's put it like that, and trainings, support in any way, just to build that whole community practice of the usage or the application of data, right? And last month when we had to do this training, we dived deep with media practitioners on how to use data, especially in interpreting storytelling. So we discovered that with the advent of generative AI and AI, we also need to start having that conversation around AI, especially how people who interact with AI and interact in the day-to-day activities with reporting have to use some of these tools. So at DataFight, we have built several tools and products that we are also going to be showcasing on how to use some of them. And but beyond DataFight, we're also bringing people also in the media space or in the innovative space, let's put it like that, that has also built some of the tools. So you're going to be meeting someone from Dubawa of the CGID, that's the Center for Innovation and Center for Innovation, Journalism and Development, yeah, who's going to talk to you about their Dubawa chat box that they've built. You're going to also be meeting with someone from PLSI, who's also going to introduce you to their AI tool that they have used. As regards how you can question several data around open contracting. You're also going to be meeting with someone from Citizen Gavel in the course of the training, who has also built an AI tool known as Produce AI that helps lawyers or help media practitioners in drafting out related law is it law cases or law files? I don't know the word they actually use for that. That can also help you if you have to attend the court or have to drop something in the court. But I know it's going to give you a lot of breakdown about that, right? So these are many more we're going to be introducing to you and over at the course of the training, because I also understand in at least very, very few minutes, some AI tools that we had worked with or that I have worked with, that can also help you. Probably you're a print person, probably you're a broadcast person. Like my boss would like to say that the application of AI helps you, especially with, right? And if you can do something that will take you 5 hours or take you 10 hours, if you can do it under 2 minutes, it just makes your work more better, more faster, right? So without that call, all those language, because I'm sure this is like the longest time that you're going to be seeing me talking. Let me welcome you once again to Data Fight Academy. And we're going to start the training. So let me confirm that my speakers are here already. Then we're going to start right away. Just a minute. I think Paul from Data Fight is trying to join in. So we can just give him like 1 minute. Okay. So I'm going to use probably just that 1 minute to probably show you something I like to talk about every time when I have the opportunity to teach AI. And it is this description probably I like to work with on how AI affects journalism. And mind you, I want to also note that I want to also make you understand. I understand that a lot of us on this call, while we have seen applications that are also journalism based, some of us are just outside into the civic society space, right? So, well, if I were to be given the opportunity to define it, I'd like to see how the applications of some of these tools that we'll probably be discussing today, right, affects these three spheres of or these three legs of communication as it matters to journalism. um, AI can probably be used at the first space where we are getting or gathering the information, what some people like to call as senders or what some people like to call as inputs, the whole idea generation, idea creation, story mapping, story outlining, right? And the next stage where it comes to the message, probably how you crafting your story, trying to arrange your story. In the case of broadcasting, how you're probably trying to add your sound, add your music, the whole post and production processes, right? To the listeners for print guys, how the listeners are consuming that information, how listeners also are getting that information. Some part of me always feel that AI plays a very strong role in every of these three processes. Probably before the end of the training, we probably will get to find out time where we can pick one of those tools and apply it in each of these processes, right? You will discover that some of the tools, right, are probably applicable in the first phase where you have to gather your idea. In the form registration, one of the things we put forward is what AI tool are people much familiar with, and we know the whole open AI ChatGPT has taken over the space that a lot of people don't do 90% of their work, if not 100%, drafted around ChatGPT to help them rewrite, restructure, or probably generate something. But knowing that as much as ChatGPT, Meta AI, or Gemini are all encompassing, right? There's some of these tools that are built for specific purposes, right? And they speak to their application or their use really are more effective because they are built on that particular purpose. So if you ask, let's take for example, one of the judicial AI tool, like I like to call it, Buddhist AI, which will be taught later, was created for. If you ask ChatGPT to probably draft an FOI letter we use for Nigeria, because it is not ChatGPT is not configured into Nigeria judicial space, right? It can just scrape online, probably try to understand what an FOI looks like in the normal form, right? And just give you a write-up. And to you, it might be as more effective as what you think it is. But compared to what the Produce AI which was built, for the main purpose of attending really, or the main purpose of drafting law related or FY related cases, as you may put it, right, in Nigeria. So the result of what Produce AI will do for you is almost quite different from what a ChatGPT will do for you. So I'll just walk you through my presentation. So let's go straight into what we came here for. So I'm just going to be running through some of the AI tools I probably worked with, and I think will probably be helpful to you as professionals in the field. Because of our time, I can't take a lot of them. There's almost a lot of them. I even tried reducing it on this particular page, but I'm going to just take a few while I still look forward to Paul and Philip you could send me a message if you're available so that I can just hand over to you. So in the meantime, let's go down to this. So this is one particular tool. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, as much as I talk about this tool, if you can hear me clearly, I'm going to also be putting them into the chat box so that you can also take out the link as much as you need and copy them out. So confirm please to me if you can hear me. What image to text or image to text converter helps you to do majorly, right, is to, and this is majorly used for newspapers. So a lot of time as journalists, what we do is interact with stories that we need to street from newspaper. Over time, while I was working, I discovered a particular tool that could help that whole long process, right? So what we're going to just do is just try to go online, look for a particular newspaper. Let's say the Punch newspaper. And let's just go down to images and see, So this helps you majorly with, if you can see my screen, please confirm. This helps you majorly with how you can pick every of this information, right? And extract the text. So far it's on the newspaper, right? So what you just have to do, if I download this particular text, save image, right? This, and I just say upload. This is the information I just downloaded, as you can see here, right? Can you confirm if you can hear me clearly? So once you do this and you upload it, equally, what you just have to do is convert. And I like this AI tool very well because what it does is just extract all those images, right? All those text directly, and it converts it to you. So if you confirm very well, this is all the text that are written on that newspaper. So with this, you can just Control A, Control C, that's your highlight, and copy, move on to your new folder, right? Move on to your new folder and just paste it. With that, you can just cross-check. Probably you just want to pick this particular type. And I'm saying this especially for people who work in radio, who have to read scripts, right? A lot of time, or probably have to do newspaper review, and they have to convert that newspaper review. Yeah, so you don't have to waste the time of writing everything out, trying to summarize. You just have an image converter, image to text converter that can just help you read all those words very well. Take out everything. So if it's just this story I'm trying to look at on Motola Two-Face Basketball for Entertainment Conference, I just look for where that is on my sheets. On Motola Two-Face, it should be something around it. Yeah, this is it. Right? And I can just pick this and now start writing it as much as I want to. So that the name of the name of the AI tool is image to text info. Image to text info. Okay, I can confirm that Paul is here. So I'm just going to do one more AI tool, then I'm going to come back and start taking a lot that's on my own plate. So that's one. So image to AI2.info, I've put that on the chat box. If you can see it, you can also always copy that link out and take that. If I have to explain, this is one AI tool I think I've worked with very well. That's very, very good. But I'm going to come back to explain this, especially for broadcasters who have to generate sound. I'm also going to give you this particular AI tool that works with sound generator, right? So always everything you can do, right, is probably, especially for those of you that know how to work with sound. Let me put the link into the chat box. You can always pick it. It's called loudly.com, right? What it helps you to do is to generate music. So those of you that work majorly with soundtrack, you have to do a video. I know a lot of people do podcasts. In fact, I've seen a lot of podcasters on this particular video, and you don't have to go through the long process of sifting the sound, except there's a particular sound used for that you need. But I think what this AI tool helps you to do over time is what generating. So beyond generating, you can always just go to text to music and load it. Okay, I need a rock beat. I need a rock beat. I know that you probably have to do the whole signing up. I need a rock beat, not too fast or slow, that I could use for the news track, right? And I ask it to generate. Okay, I have to do the whole process of signing here. So I already thought I had an account on this. I think I have not opened it. All right. Okay, so I have to probably insert that. I need a rock beat, and okay, and I ask him to generate. So what it does is it generates it, as you can see by the left, and I just have to start picking which works best for me. I don't know if you can hear the sound. So you just have to now start scrolling down and start picking which works best for you, uh, and any of it, right? Yeah, someone is asking, I noticed that many of these AI tools relevant to journalism are paid for. Yeah, there are a lot of them that are paid for, but there are a lot of them also that are free. So one of the things we try to do is that a lot of those tools that we know that are free, that's what we are teaching right now. Obviously, some of them that are free also have a limit, probably per day. I think in image to text, I think it can only do, okay, no, it's not this. Voice to text is what I know that can do just, I think 3 voice recording in a day, right? So sometimes you will probably have to, or if you have like 2-3 email accounts you can use to open it, right? I always use 2 email accounts to open it. So if I do 3, if it tells me I can only do 3 or 4 in a day, right? I will just do 4 on one email, log in on another, do another 4. That's about like 8 voice recording I've done, right? Then I just do. Is there anyone for text to audio? So let's give it time, please. So we're going to do then. So the last one I'm probably going to take is this. Then I will ask Paul to start off from his end, which is, so I've done text to generate sound. Then this is audio to generate text, right? Especially for some of us that have to do transcription, especially for some of us that, or all of us that have to do it. So I'm going to drop the link right here too. That this is called TurboScribe. So what TurboScribe also helps you to do is also move from voice to text. Now, I know for this particular AI tool, you have to, it only gives you 3 recording per day. I don't know the limit, but then if you have any voice recording, let me see if I have any voice recording on my system. if you have any voice recording, what it does helps you to do is just speak those voice notes out, then it transcribes the file. So how do you work with that? Right? You just go to transcribe file, then you go to browse, already pick the audio language if it's in English. Wales is almost more very, very accurate so that I can hear you very well. So if it's in English, browse the file. You also realize that the file has to be in MP3, MP4, MP5, right? So browse the file, pick it out, uh, then upload it. I have a voice recording of an interview I did. Okay. So this didn't download. Let me just pick another file. So this is your system of it uploading. When your upload's finished, it tells you it has uploaded, then you just hit on transcribe. Then it begins to work its way. It's transcribing it. This is a 3 minutes, 45 seconds long audio, right? Then it transcribes everything that is there. You see it's the system of uploading. When your uploads finish, then it converts this directly to Word. So all you just have to do is just speak the text. Now, this obviously does not give you perfection. The interesting thing about this is that it has, well, I don't know if you have steps up to 1 hour, but then you can always try it. I don't have a voice recording of 1 hour, so I just picked this, and this is all my transcription, right? Now, why I love this particular tool so well is that it even includes the minutes, the time frame. Hi, morning, my name is Dr. Komalafe, this, maternal. Now, you will also see that there are also some typographical error, meaning that you probably have to hear that a lot and try to connect or fill up some of those spaces. But at least it will do just, right? So this helps you very well. Then, so I'm not sure it's going to do up to 1 hour, right? Because you are not on the paid version, right? You're not on the paid version. So if you need longer hours, you can always do, but this just helps you faster, right? And you just copy what you need to copy, then export it down, right? So I'm going to stop here, right? And allow Paul to come in. Then I'll come back and start sharing orders. Thank you very much, Paul. You can take over for me right now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kende, for the wonderful presentation. Please confirm if you can see my screen from your hand.
No, we can't yet. Do you need me to make you an host so that you can?
Okay, please.
All right, we can see the screen. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning once again, everyone. My name is Paul Oluwatosin Akinomi. I'm the website
Philip,
manager here at DataFight.
wait.
And
Philip,
today I'm going to
okay.
take you through some of our AI-powered tools that we've developed and that we use in-house here at DataFight. So the first tool I'm going to introduce to you here is GoLocal. GoLocal is our innovative, highly localized and AI-powered data collection solution. What is GoLocal? You might ask. And Imon, you might be surprised with the name and you might want to know what GoLocal is all about. So GoLocal is a cutting-edge data collection platform that provides real-time, highly localized, spatial-enriched insights and analytics to empower businesses, governments, and development organizations. Now, why choose GoLocal? First, GoLocal offers primary data collection services facilitated by a network of data collectors who operate at the community level. GoLocal, GoLocal's point of interest data collection solutions combines AI, mobile phones, and native intelligence to reduce research expenses by up to 50%. Also, GoLoca is a comprehensive solution for collecting project data and managing payments all in one platform, from project launch to contributors payment. And then lastly, GoLoca's enhanced data validation and precision with the aid of geospatial technology ensures that your data is accurate and validated. So when the data is validated, it ensures that it is accurate. Now, moving forward, how does GoLocal work? So the first one here is organizational tendency. So GoLocal supports organizations to create and monitor campaigns progress. It runs validation checks to ensure data accuracy and quality. Now, with GoLocal, whatever data you are collecting as an organization, as a researcher, that you want to collect data from any part of Nigeria and across Africa, GoLocal ensures that the data you're collecting is accurate and also it is of good quality. So you are sure that the data you're collecting is very accurate from where you're getting it from. Now, GoLocal has AI integration, right? And the AI integration, it helps organizations to create surveys using AI and generative valuable insight from data collected. So with the AI integration in GoLocal, you can create surveys under minutes. You don't have to start bothering yourself or start worrying and start thinking about how do I go about creating this survey. You know, with the AI, with a click of a button, you can generate a survey from the platform. And all you have to do is just to review the survey that you've generated. And then from that, even after collecting the data, when the data collectors have collected the data for you on the platform, using AI integration on GoLocal, you can validate the data and you can also generate insights from the data you've collected. Now, GoLocal also has a wallet system, right? And the wallet system payment, it helps organization to fund their wallet. So when organizations fund their, they are able to pay data collectors, right? And then this system also has a detailed record of funds inflow and outflow for all campaigns. So from the platform, you can track the number of data collectors you've paid, the amount you've paid them, and then the total amount you have left in your wallet. Now, I'll give us a quick walkthrough of GoLocal so that you can see what it looks like and how it works. So please give me a minute. Let me switch my screen so that you can see the platform. So can anyone please confirm if you can see my new screen? Please just feel free to unmute and confirm if you can see my screen. Just say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you. So this is GoLocal, and this is the website, right? Just to note that GoLocal is still currently under development, and we are close to the launch date of this platform. So now I'll walk you through how to register and how to contribute to a campaign. So I'm just showing us what the website looks like. So right now, to get started, once you're on the website, you just click the get access to GoLocal free. Once you click the button, you have access to the sign-in page. So here, as a first timer, you come to the, don't have an account, right? As you can see here, it says don't have an account, sign up. So as a first timer, you click sign up, right? And here you can see welcome to GoLocal, right? So to start, you input your name, as I'll do now, Paul Akinomi. Then it will ask you for your password, for your email address rather. So right now I'll input one of my email addresses here. So here it says select your country. You select Nigeria and then you create a password. So you create your password. Then once you're done, you click sign up, right? And once you've done that, GoLocal will send you an email. You receive an email, right? Then you input the code here, and once you've input the code here, you'll be able to, access the dashboard. But because I've signed in, I will have to sign in my account. So now, if you've signed in, all you just have to do is just come here, input, right? Now, so now I want to log in because I've signed in with this email address. So as you can see, this is the dashboard. And here you can see your wallet. In your wallet, you have 124,000 naira, right? And you can see your total earnings. So as a data collector, you can earn on GoLocal by contributing to campaigns that organizations or researchers have already created on the platform. So here you can see your earnings, the amount you've earned by contributing to campaigns on the platform. And then you can see this, the marketplace taken. You can see your campaigns that are waiting for approval. Now, this shows the places with the highest task, and then you can see within Nigeria, the places with the task, with the campaigns that you can contribute to. So moving downward here, you can see the tasks, right? Here it says tasks for you, and you can see the campaigns that you can contribute to, right? And from here, you can see the list of campaigns. Now, this is your dashboard. On the left here, we'll go to Marketplace. So here under Marketplace, you can see the list of campaigns that you can contribute to as well. And then from here, you can see a brief details about this particular campaign, right? And then you can click it and you have access to that campaign. So from here, you can see the date, you can see the amount, the price that you earn, the amount you earn if you contribute to this campaign. So you can see it says 205 naira, then 40 kobo here. And here it says per response. So once you respond to this campaign, you earn 205 naira. And here you can see it here. So from here, you can view responses. That is, if you've already contributed to the campaign, you can view your response. So now, since you are starting afresh, you are just contributing to this platform, you click contribute. And under contribute, you see the survey. So here, you answer the questions that the researcher wants you to answer. And these are the data that they want you to help them collect. So as a data contributor, you answer these questions, right? As you can see here. So once you've answered this, you go to the next one, then you answer the question and you complete the survey. As you can see, it says 1 out of 3. Now, you are done answering the survey. You come back here to the campaign, right? And then here, you can view response. So you can see the list of responses that you've done, the task, the campaign details here. Again, the price, the location. And here, there's a feature here that says message, right? So this message option helps you as a data collector communicate with the organization or the researcher that needs that data. So here you can tell them, I encountered an issue. You can say, help me check the data, right? You can send this to them and then they will respond to you. So we've created a communication channel between the data contributor and the organization or the researcher that's collecting that data. So you can discuss with them. They can send you a message and ask you to check the data you collected. They can ask you to revalidate the data. They can tell you, oh, the data you collected is incomplete, right? They can tell you to check again or update it. Here you can communicate with the person, the organization, or the researcher behind that campaign, and then you guys can discuss about the campaign. And so here you can see this icon here that says draft. So this means the campaign you've contributed to is currently in draft. Once you've submitted, it will say submitted, right? And once the organization that created this campaign or the researcher that created this campaign, once they've validated, they've reviewed the data you collected for them, they've gone through it, they've reviewed it, and they found it accurate, they can now confirm it and approve it. So here, instead of draft, you will see approved, right? That means your contribution to this campaign has been approved. And once it has been approved, the amount here will be added to your wallet, right? So once the campaign has been approved, the amount will be deducted from the organization or the researcher's account and will be added to your account as the contributor because you've contributed to the account. So now, moving on to contributions. Under contributions, you can see the list of campaigns that you've contributed to, the list of campaigns that you've collected data for, right? And then you can click any one of them, review the status. Just like we did, you can review the status, you can continue. If you didn't complete it, maybe while you were working on it, you have to stop at some point. You can always come back to that campaign and continue from where you left off. Then under bookmarks, here you can see the list of campaigns that you've bookmarked. Then for wallet, you can see the total balance in your wallet and you can see minimum withdrawal. So this is the amount, the least amount you can withdraw from your account. And then you can see the total number in your account. And over here, you can see a list of the transactions that has happened in your account. So you can see here, this is a withdrawal that I performed today, and you can see it here. And you can see it says status pending. And here you can download this as a receipt, right? You can download this as a receipt. Now, let's try and withdraw from this account. So you click withdraw, and here you can see the list of accounts that you've added as your beneficiaries. So you can see the beneficiaries that you've added to your wallet. So you can remove, you can add. So let's add a new one here. So now you type the bank name, the bank you want to withdraw your money to from your account. So to do that, just type the bank name. So let me try this. One of my accounts. So once you type it, you can see the bank name here. And then you type the account number here. So I'll type in the account number. Remember, this is the account you want to withdraw to. So you want to withdraw from GoLocal, the money you've earned on GoLocal to your account. And as you can see, immediately I typed in the account number, it showed my name. So that means the account number is correct. So if the account number is not correct, it will bring up another person's name. So before you withdraw, be sure that you are seeing your name here before you do that. So once you've entered your account number and you've confirmed that this is your account, you can add beneficiary, right? And as you can see, it says beneficiary added successfully. So now you can see it here. You can see that I've added the bank account here. So I can click this and then proceed. So now you can see how much do you want to withdraw from the balance, and you can see the balance here, 124,000 naira. So I'll type in the amount here. Let's say 10,000 naira, right? And then click withdraw money. And here it will tell you to input your code, your PIN. So this PIN is a PIN that you use for GoLocal. The same way mobile banking apps work, you have a unique PIN that you will use. So this means even if another person has access to your GoLocal account, they won't be able to withdraw money from it if they don't have your PIN, if they don't know your PIN. So once you input your PIN, let me just add this for example. So once you input your PIN, then you can do submit transaction. And immediately you do submit transaction, it will credit your bank account with the amount you are withdrawing from your GoLocal wallet. So once you've done that, so I don't want to do it now. And then once you've done that, you will see the receipt here. So as you can see the receipt, the one I withdrew earlier today. So you can see, you see the receipt here, and then you can see the list of withdrawals you've done from your account. Now, this is how GoLocal works. And you can see that from here, as a data collector, even as a student, as a researcher, as a journalist, you can make money on GoLocal. You can contribute to data. You can collect data from your location, right? You don't have to travel to a particular place to collect data. As you can see, the campaign you click will show your location. So you only have to contribute to campaigns that are within your location. So currently I'm in Abuja. All the campaigns that I will see here will be campaigns that are in Abuja. So I can just move from where I am right now and go to Wuse and go and collect data, whatever the campaign is all about. I'm going to collect data. If the campaign is about interviewing market women, for example, I will go to Wuse Market and go and interview them and collect the data for the researcher or for the organization that needs the data here. So this is how GoLocal works. GoLocal helps organizations to collect data that are highly localized within your community. And we have contributors that earn money on GoLocal right from their location. So if you have your questions, please kindly drop them in the chat box. I will look at them after this. So right now, I'm done with GoLocal presentation. I want to introduce us to another AI platform that we use here at DataFight. So if you want to check out what we have currently on GoLocal, you can see the website. You can visit the website. You can check around to learn more about GoLocal, to see what we have there, some details about it. But like I mentioned earlier, we're still in development stage and we're very close to our launch this year. So now I want to introduce us to another AI platform that we use and that we've developed here at DataFight. And this platform is called Nubia. I don't know if you've heard about Nubia, but Nubia is an open source AI tool that draws insight from your data and makes it into readable and relatable stories. What is Nubia? Nubia is a human-centered AI platform to power data journalism across Africa. Nubia is designed to help journalists and policy analysts improve their productivity by giving them access to the tool required to produce automated articles and policy insights, respectively. So with Nubia, you can improve your productivity. The time you spend on writing stories, on generating insight will be reduced when you use Nubia. Now, Nubia uses generative AI to process multi-format input of data sets in creating efficiency in journalistic reports, data analysis, and insights. So with Nubia, you can generate insights from any format of data set, be it CV, Excel format in CV, or audio or document PDF, any format. You can upload it on Nubia and you can generate insights. You can write reports, stories from the data set. Lastly, Nubia offers an opportunity to focus on hyperlocal stories and narratives around the African continent using geospatial data to bring them into reality. Now, for newsrooms, Nubia AI helps you to build and manage news articles. You can automate the news article generation process for multiple articles, create custom templates, or view templates directly from the tool using the contribution guidelines. So with Nubia, we have a set of guidelines that you can use as a first timer to either generate articles and reports, get insight, perform data analysis on data sets, or even create templates. So if your organization or your newsroom has a pattern or a style of writing that you want Nubia to adopt, you can create a template for it. And Nubia will adopt that pattern and it will write as if it was a journalist from your newsroom that wrote the report. And you'll be surprised when people are reading it, it will look as if it was the person that wrote the report. So now I'll play us a video about Nubia, and then you can take a look about what Nubia is and how it works. So please confirm if you can hear the video.
Welcome to the Nubia experience. Nubia AI is an artificial intelligence platform that provides an opportunity to connect text, data sets, infographics, and insights to empower intelligent decision making in newsrooms, think tank research, and organizations. Many journalists and data experts often find extracting valuable insights from socioeconomic and natural resource data a complex task requiring significant time and resources. But with Nubia, all that is about to change. Nubia is an open source AI tool that draws insights from your data and makes it into readable and relatable stories. Yes, Nubia is a human-centered artificial intelligence platform that powers newsroom journalism across Africa. Nubia AI uses generative AI models to process multi-format inputs of text, audio, and data in creating efficiency in journalistic reports, data analysis, and insights. It offers an opportunity to focus on hyperlocal stories, yes, within communities across Africa. And truly, it brings forward narratives about the African continent, also using geospatial data to bring them into reality. It is designed to help journalists and policy analysts improve their productivity by giving them access to the tool required to produce automated articles and policy insights respectively. There's room to ask questions, to probe your data, to draw intelligence, and ask it to pinpoint some of the most relatable and answers you require to complete most tasks. There's a need for an advanced AI tool that can bridge these gaps and provide comprehensive data analysis and insights. The AI solution, Nubia, derived its name based on the historical and anthropological significance of the name to Africa and the world. The name is a reflective paradox of the vast size of Africa and the thousands of localities that are underrepresented and sparsely contextualized, leading to many unknown, untapped grassroots economies, politics, and natural resources. With Nubia, things can be different. Welcome to the Nubia AI experience. Won't you want to get your work done faster? Please do. Come on, let's get on the Nubia AI platform right now.
Your data set, Nubia can generate graphs, infographics from your data set. So all the time that you have to do the analysis, all you just have to do now is once you have your data set, once you've done your data collection for the particular project, either as a researcher or a policy analyst or a journalist, once you've collected your data, upload the data on Nubia and Nubia will analyze the data set for you. All you just have to do is to prompt Nubia, chat with Nubia, ask Nubia questions. Okay, what is this? For example, if it is a FAC data set, ask Nubia, what is the FAC allocation for Ondo State, for Ekiti State in 2007? As long as the data set is accurate and correct and is well cleaned, if your data is cleaned, Nubia would analyze the data for you. And you can even ask Nubia to generate infographics, charts for you. So all the time you have to spend on generating charts and trying to do the analysis by yourself, trying to get calculator to do it, all of that has been eliminated just by using Nubia. So at this point, I would like to go through the questions. Let me go through the chat box. I can see, please, could you publish the Go Local link here? Okay. My colleague has dropped the link. So please, if you have any question and you haven't dropped it in the chat box, please just use the Andres feature, and then I will answer your question. Okay, do we have anyone with question? Are there any specific questions?
What a lot of them are doing is directing it to me. So I'm just going to be reading it out. So it says, does any of the tool have an app, or they are just directly, you just have to log in on the link? Is it like an app? Is there an app for it, or you have to sign up with the link? That's what two persons are asking me right now.
Okay, so to answer that, before you move to the next question, Kende, so yes, GoLocal has an app that we're working on. So it comes with the app and the website. But for Nubia, it's currently just the website for now. But for GoLocal, there is a Android app. There's an Android app and iOS app as well. So we have the Android version of the GoLocal app, and then we have the iOS version of the GoLocal app. And also, you can also access it on a website or tablet. But for Nubia, currently Nubia is coming with and is currently even accessible on the website. So the website is nubia.ai. I'll drop the link on the chat box. Just type www.nubia.ai, or you can just go to Google and type Nubia AI, and then you'll see it there. So you can go to the website. You can start using Nubia. Right now, you can start using Nubia. You can log in. You can create a username. You can sign up, and then you can upload the data set of your choice, whether it's CSV format, PDF format. You can upload a data set, and then you can prompt Nubia to generate insights for you and visualization. So right now, Nubia is available. You can access Nubia just by going to www.nubia.ai. And as you can see from the video, you are able to get insight from the data set. Nubia will generate a full story for you. You can tell it to generate a 1,000 word story. You can tell it to generate a 2,000 word story. You can make the story in any tone. You can say make the story in a funny tone. You can make the story funny. You can try your hands on Nubia right now just by visiting www.nubia.ai, or by just typing Nubia AI on Google, and then you can create an account and test it out. I hope I've been able to answer the question. Another question, Kenny.
So I think someone asked, he said he can't find GoLocal Play Store. I think Paul answered that when he said GoLocal is set to be launched soon. So the display around it is to inform you what it's going to be doing, so you get aware about it. Someone said on GoLocal, and the person, so I know you talked about the part where you had to talk about location and getting what did you call it then? Getting campaigns around the locations that you are. So someone asks that, okay, if the person moved, I'm in Abuja right now, if I move to Lagos, does it automatically change my location, or can I change my location whenever I get there and probably have to act as a data collector there? Just a quick one.
Okay. Thank you so much for the question. Again, the main point for GoLocal and why GoLocal is different from other AI tools out there, like them ChatGPT and others, is because GoLocal focuses on geospatial data, right? That means location-related data. So wherever you are, GoLocal will automatically locate you. It will get your location wherever you are. If you're moving consistently, it will consistently update your location. So once you log in on the app today, let's say you're in Abuja today, you log in on the app, you will see that on the app, your location will be in Abuja. Either you're in Gwarimpa in Abuja or Wuse in Gwarimpa, you will see Wuse in Abuja there. When you move to Lagos, whether you're in Badagry in Lagos or VI, it will update your location. So GoLocal automatically update your location wherever you are. And when it updates your location, is for it to show you campaigns that are within that location. So what we want, what we've designed is we make it easy for data contributors to be able to contribute to campaigns that are within their reach. So you don't have to be going to all those hard to reach locations, all those difficult terrains, or far distance that are very far from you that you have to travel for 3 hours or 4 hours to get there to collect data. No, from where you are, right, you can see the campaigns that are around you, and then from there you can contribute to the campaign. For example, a campaign can tell you that, oh, we are collecting data about petrol stations, right? Maybe the organization behind that campaign wants to start a petrol station business and they want to establish a new petrol station in your location in Abuja, for example, because I'm in Abuja. So if they want to, establish a new petrol station in Abuja, and that organization wants to know the best place, right, to build their petrol station. They want to know the best location to build their petrol station. They can create a campaign around it on GoLocal. And for you as the data contributor, the questions on the campaign will look like how many petrol stations are around you, right? Are around Guarimpa where you are. Then you go around, you count 5, you answer. If they tell you, maybe take pictures of the petrol stations, you take those pictures, you upload it on GoLocal. So the goal is you are able to contribute to campaigns that are within your location, right? So GoLocal, make use of geospatial data, so your location updates frequently, even if you move from one place to another. Do we have another question, Kenny?
All right, quickly, let me take Noah, because we have to wrap up this section in less than 2 minutes. So Noah and Paul can just quickly respond to it.
All right, thank you very much. Can you please confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Noah. Please go ahead with
All
your
right.
question.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Paul, for the session so far. My question is, I have 2 questions actually. First is the Nubia AI. I know when I heard about it last year, I tried it, but I saw that it still had some things about the files you can upload on it. It can only, at that time, can only be spreadsheets. I don't know if it has been updated to allow other stuff. Maybe like I have like a report, but it has tables, but it is in PDF format. Does it have like that feature now that we can upload aside from spreadsheets to it to get information from the document we are uploading?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Noah, for the question. So again, the goal of presenting these platforms to us on this training is for us to have you guys to have the first-hand experience of the developments that we've done to both Nubia and GoLocal, right? But particularly Nubia. So now that you guys are on the call and you have participated in this session, we are relying on you guys to test Nubia to go to the platform and test. To answer your question, yes, we've updated Nubia, and you can now upload other forms of data sets. So you can upload CSV, you can upload XLS, you can upload PDF, you can upload Word documents, right? You can upload any form of data set to the platform. And we'll be sharing a link to us where we can, get you guys to fill the form. So when you test it, if you encounter any issues, you can reach back to us, and then we can take note of that and fix it. So yes, we've updated Nubia, but we are also relying on you guys to log into the platform to test it and use it for your work. And if you encounter any issue, feel free to reach out to us and we'll look into it. Thank you so much for the question.
Quickly, because the next speaker obviously has to come up, but I'm seeing Anthony, please, can you ask your question under like 10 seconds? Just unmute yourself and ask your question so that we can, because there's still a lot of AI tools we still want to cover. And Ajifa, if I'm correct. Okay. I think, they've answered Ajifa's one, so you can go ahead.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anthony. I just wanted to ask just a quick one concerning the GoLocal. You were talking about the GoLocal that the app is yet to be launched. Can someone access the website now and register and start utilizing it now? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anthony. So for GoLocal now, the platform is not available for use. So, but you can go to the website and read more about what GoLocal does, right? And the features and all of that are on the platform. But right now, we haven't launched the platform for users to start using it. But you can go there, you can register, you can read some of the details that we have about the platform. Thank you so much, Anthony, for the question.
Ajifa, can you quickly go?
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Atita Solomon. I just wanted to ask if it links to other AI tools that was displayed earlier on this set. And also, last time I was unable to join the training, but one of the emails I received read that would receive the links to the recorded session. Could it be possible to get that after this session, please?
So I think that question is for me. Okay, so Paul, thank you. I'm going to respond to that question. Sorry. So Paul, thank you for your time. I really appreciate. So just to give an overview, so start with Archifa, yes. You're going to get the links to the recording. So what we're trying to do is, because we also had the first training and where we are to send that recording out, but we want to try to clean it up. So we're still working with our digital guys so that they can help us clean, so you have a good production in sound and video outlook. So they are going to clean that up. Equally with this, they're also going to clean it up. So when they clean that up, we'll also send it out to your mail. So just to give a big picture, this is how, as a media person, I like to look at Goloka and I like to look at Nubia. So imagine if I have to tell a story and I have to probably get Fixer to tell a story of, let's say, child mortality or neonatal death in a particular state. I've gotten funding for that particular state and I go there, right? All of my work as a journalist, and I'm saying this with my experience of the field, right? All of my works as a journalist, and no matter the funding I've gotten, would just be limited to the scope of the state I've chosen to study. So if I'm in Nigeria right now, and I have to just do Lagos State, right? I have to just travel down to Lagos State, now start meeting with people. But if I create a campaign on Guluka, right, and all my budget for the fixer runs to about 100,000 or 200,000, I can equally just put that 200,000 on Guluka, right, and do a campaign, set out questions and polls on several areas. And with that 200,000 only that I'm just envisaging for Lagos State, create a campaign with it on Goloka, and I can reach out to more than 5 states, right? That, okay, can you get, this is social question, these are the people that I'm looking for as a pertain this particular story. If any agent is around there, or like we like to call them local agents, right? If they are around there and they conduct this particular interview, get the picture for me, get the hospital for me, get as much as that. And just with 200,000 that I will probably use for only Lagos State, I've gotten to like 6 states, right? And if you get this particular image, you get probably 10,000 or get 20,000. I've been able to use that money, that same money that will just do only one state. I've just put it on a particular, or put a wallet on it, and someone who is in Ogun State or who is in Kwara State sees that campaign and just pick it up, interview the people, get the right recording. I hear it from my end, I see that it is valid already, and I send my payment. So that's the big picture that works really with Go Local. And you just pick all of those interview, and while we are trying to introduce a lot of these AI tools, imagine picking that interview and just put it on Turbo transcribe everything, right? It gives me the text of it, put every of those texts into Nubia and say, okay, generate a story for me. This is the focus of the story. It is on neonatal deaths in Nigeria. I've been able to cover about 6 states. Can you generate a story that I can write and publish on social media platform? You will find out that my long investigation that should take naturally a month or 2 months, within a week, I had done my story and I've sent it out, right? So that's like the big picture of how we see some of the applications of this AI tool. So yeah, I've discussed some earlier, and I'm going to probably, so we're going to be expecting Mr. Damilari. If he's ready, you can just unmute your mic and say, but if not, I'm just going to probably continue my own sharing of screen and probably show you one more AI tool. So yeah, I have also talked about, so thank you very much, Paul, for joining in. I really appreciate it. So I talked about image to text, right? I talked about, please confirm if you can hear me so that I'm not
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much. I've talked about how to generate sound if you want to. We've also talked about how to get a transcriber, right? Let's talk about this that I like so much. I'm interested. I just heard of this, right? And this helps you with language translator, right? In case you have to do something around um, uh, a story that's especially for the broadcasters, right? And you probably want to interpret it in multiple languages, right? You don't probably need to pay someone outside and say, hey, come register this or come, we're going to pay you for this. And you just probably put the audio of what you need and it just transcribes it to you. So this is me signing up. Right. So what I just do, the website is acool.com. I'm going to put it also in the chat box so that everyone can see. So yeah, someone said, is there a price tax on GoLocal? The tax owner, there is a standardized. I think the price tax is actually based on whatsoever who is creating the campaign is putting it. So you can say for every campaign or for every interview or for every distance that you put there, this is the social amount that you get to do. So as much as you get, it's obviously credits your account. Right. So Acool, I'm on Acool right now. So I just move down to AI. Sorry. Just a minute, please. So I just moved down to AI tools, right? Just try it for free. And what it does is pick any image, right? It can also generate the voice, right? As much as you do. And pick any sound, right? And just convert it into the language that you want it to be. No, I'm not looking for avatar. I just need to sound. I think while I was scrolling down, it's sorry. I think while I was scrolling down, it just took me somewhere else. Looking for sound. Why are you giving me what I don't need? Oh, jeez. All right. Maybe the reason I'm having a problem with this is because I'm signing with other accounts. So it's treating me like as if I am just joining it. Aha, get started. Okay, this is what I need. Okay, so I'm going to log out from this and probably log back into it. So I think the problem is because I'm not signing in, it's treating me as a new person. So I still have to go into all the registration process, creating this and creating that. That's why I'm having issues with all this. I know I have my other account on it where, and I'm not sharing that screen. I know I have my other account on it where all I just need to just do is upload my audio. Once I upload my audio, it just generates. Once I just upload my audio, it just generates the language. Now, it also has a monetized part of it, right? So you can't do as much as You can't do as much as you want on it. So try to upload the video here. Trying to see if I have a video here. Yeah, this is too long. I probably don't have a short video here. It's treating me as a new person, right? But this is one of the AI tools you can actually try out. So I need to pass all this registration process. That's why I'm having issues with it. So I'll probably come back to that particular one. Probably I have to use my other one. Now, for some of us that like to create infographics, this is infographic.in. The beauty about this is for all of us that do much work around, you can't just do that do much work around how displaying our reports into several infographics. What this helps us to do is as much as summarize our reports, right? And just make little notes out of it, right? So what I'm going to just do is pick any data file report online. And if you've not visited our website, I think you should. If you visit dataverse.com and just go down, you'll see some access to some of all our products that we have developed, and you can just have direct access. I'm saying this so that in case you forget or copy it, just come to datafile.com and come down to products, and products, you see some of it. So I'm going to open this and go to infographic. So what I just do is just open the URL, right? And paste it here. And it just generates something like a post-it note or, an image that you can just use to explain your report. Obviously, you can work on some of it, right? I'm saying this because necessarily you don't have to now start drafting out images or how you want to represent your work, right? So give it time to just read the context of this note. And when you read that, then it just generates what it wants you to do. This takes actually less than 30 seconds, but I think it depends on the kind of reports. How long that report is then determines how it is going to merge it up to become this. Let me try let me see. Okay, I think this report is just naturally long with a lot of data in it. So let me try something shorter. Build the URL and ask it to generate. Let's see if this other one has generated. It's saying it's too long, right? So what it does generate little notes that you can post as images. So I'm guessing because the reports are actually very detailed. That's why. So I'm trying to just look for a general simple news report. Okay, this has worked. So if you see the report is on Nigerian women bearing the burdens of climate change. So what it does is generate something beautiful little analysis. Obviously, you can always click and edit some of these things. But basically, so imagine you doing this. Imagine writing a report as long as this, right? right? And you just have to create little post-its or explanation notes, right? That talks about that report. This can resonate well with everybody. Do you understand what I just did? You can ask a question. Aha, so that report on rebasing the economy, this is it. And you just generate something, a chart, an explanation, picks out little points, and you can just use it to just, for some of you that do a lot of social media works and campaign, and just use this, okay, I wrote a report about this, you might not have time to do a long Twitter note around this, and you can just post this, and people can, in editing it, you can always change some of the icons, add a little bit things you want to put, change the color and the likes. I have just created some sort of infographics, image reports for your story. So I'm going to come back, obviously, again to share, but let me introduce Dari, Mr. Dari, as he takes over from me. So Dari, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Kenny. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So you can take over.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm very, very happy to be here to be able to add to the tools that can be used by journalists. I see what has been done so far so good. It's been a wonderful presentation from Go Local to Nubia to all the old AI tools Kenny has been able to present to us. And I'll be coming with a different or a new tool, coming from also a different industry, and that is the legal side of things. So my name is once again Oluwadamilare Ayankoya. Just simply call me Dari Ayankoya, just like Kenny did. And I am the tech leader at Citizens Gavel. And one of our goals at Citizens Gavel, which is a civil tech organization, an NGO, is to increase the pace of justice in Nigeria. We all understand how slow the justice system in Nigeria is. When it comes to delivering justice, it can take years. I remember about 3-4 years ago, we carried out a research to find the average number of days it takes the High Court in Nigeria to disburse justice. Right, and we discovered that the average was around about 3,000 plus days. And you know what that means? It's not 2 years, it's not 3 years, it's not 4 years, it's not even 5 years, right? It's a whole lot. So bearing that in mind, we try to tackle this problem, and we have different ways through which we tackle these problems. And one way which we do so is by using tech innovations, right? And when it comes to tech innovations, really there are a lot of it. I understand that there's a global trend for innovations that makes things easier. And one of those global trends is AI, which we are discussing here. And at our place, we don't just solve the justice problem using technology. We also take up cases. We help people who cannot afford a case, who cannot afford a legal case. We take it up for them. And these human rights cases, we take it up for them to see through and get justice afterward. So we now realize that most of the complaints we get usually are common things, common, not so big a deal. Let's say if 10 people reach out to us today, we can have about over 6 of them just request for basic Nigerian law, and which we expect everybody to know, right? And that is why we built an AI tool. And this AI tool is called Produce AI, which I'll be presenting today. It's developed by us, of course, and it's an AI platform that provides accessible legal insights, assistance, and promotes justice by connecting individuals with pro bono lawyers, aiding the legal research and addressing urgent legal issues such as the police extortions, brutality, and human rights abuses. That is what this Produce AI is for. Now, in a way, at times when I talk about Produce AI, I kind of describe it as the way we have first aid for medical issues, right? When someone gets injured, the first thing you're supposed to do is to use the first aid, apply the first aid at least to reduce the harbor cost, right, medically. And then from there, depending on how it turns out, you want to visit the hospital for proper care, or at times the first aid can just be all that is required, right? So that's the same way I see produce AI, and quite a lot of AI too out there. So you can have a legal issue and or legal certainty or something that seems confusing, or even have someone trample upon your rights and stuff like that. So with the use of with the use of produce AI, all of these things can be taken care of. Right now, you'll be wondering, how does this now come to play when it comes to journalism? Now, we are in partnership with quite a number of NGOs that deals with journalists out there, the likes of CGID and the likes. And we also have exposures and are in contact with some of these journalists themselves directly. A couple of them have reached out to us to raise complaints, legal complaints, getting access to some information, the legal backup and stuff like that. Things that we figured that the Produce AI should be able to take care of. And one major aspect which we looked at was the FOI. So earlier on, Kenny was talking about how ChatGPT is generic and how we have specific tools that take care of some certain parts of a journalist's work, right? And bearing that in mind, like I said earlier, we now took this FOI, we'll do the research into it, got the FOI Act, digest it, and used it to train our AI. So it's not just the generic stuff out there, but we use the Nigerian Freedom of Information Act to train it. And this is how it comes in handy. Now, for journalists, I understand that when it gets to getting information from certain institutions, government institutions, as case might be, there's a need to write these letters, and there's a need to have it backed up legally, right? So it needs to be well written. It has to also have a strong legal background to carry out the request that is needed. So that is where we now come in. That's where Produce AI comes in. And I don't want to bore us too much with explanation here and there. I would go ahead and just demo exactly how it works and how it relates to you. So without much ado, I'll be sharing my screen. I'll share my screen. Okay. Let me just set our screen. Can we all see my screen? Please, can anyone please confirm that my screen is visible so I don't get going? So, okay, thank you, Noah. I got that emoji response. Thank you very much. So, to proceed, this Produce AI tool which I'm introducing is available on web. It's available as a mobile app and also available via a new means, which is WhatsApp. And why did we choose WhatsApp? We also understood that a lot of users, a lot of people out there are on WhatsApp. So we kind of found a way to embed this Produce AI into WhatsApp. So it is easily accessible for people using low-end devices who cannot afford to cater for numerous apps. Now, you don't have to go to that route. All you have to just do is get the details, add it to your WhatsApp, and you can proceed by chatting with the Produce AI there and carry out all your FOI requests and anything you need to do for legal backups. So these are the means through which you can access Produce AI. You can see displayed on the screen. You can either visit www.ai.produce.org, or you visit this link, or basically just use the QR code. You can, if you are listening to this in another device, you can pick up your phone and just scan this QR code on the screen to just redirect you straight to the WhatsApp number. Then to add the WhatsApp number, you can go ahead and add these following numbers: 0706 795 1851. I will try to add these numbers to the chat box so we don't get to miss out on this. And you can also carry on, or just as I walk through how the app works, as I demo through how it works, you can also follow me if you can. So let me find a way to copy that information and share it on the chat box. I realized I can, okay, let me just wait and post this first. So that I've sent it, but I realize it is going to Data5 Foundation. Kenny,
Okay,
can
so
you
I'm just
here?
yeah, I'm just going to copy it out and send
Okay,
it to everybody.
that's good. That's good. Thank you very much. So also displayed is the steps to take to be able to add this AI to your WhatsApp. So for easy access. And I can't wait to actually jump into the WhatsApp and show you how it works and see the different things you can do. So getting started, you just state the phone number that has been shared in the chat box, 0706 795 preferably. Alternatively, you could use +447 880 215 435. Also, you can also visit www.ai.produce.org. When you visit that website, this is what would appear. You should be able to see this screen when you visit ai.produce.org. Now, but for the sake of this conversation, I will make sure I use the web platform and also WhatsApp so we can have the easy feel of how it works. But to begin with, I will be launching a WhatsApp interface. Yeah, I'm launching a WhatsApp interface to get started. So I have created some prompts or questions to ask the AI that can help explain further how Produce AI works and how it can come in handy for your processes when it comes to getting information from different government institutions, the case might be. So, meanwhile, like I said, like I said earlier, it's not just for journalists alone. It's also it's like also a tool for active citizens out there who don't just need to come to social media and talk and complain about different things without taking steps. This tool will actually give you an edge to move further beyond just shouting on social media or just doing the minor things. It gives you more to be able to draft petitions, do a whole lot. Let me just go ahead and show you instead of saying all of this. So let me pick up this first question. Head over to my WhatsApp. Yes. So let me walk you through how to sign up. Once you have the number stored on your device, just go ahead and send hello to it. It will respond with this. If you have no account, it will ask you to create an account. And trust me, it is a very seamless account creation process. So I click on create an account. Then it shows you list of it shows you our privacy policy, which is very important to look at for every AI tool you make use of, because our data is very, very important. Privacy is very, very important. We need to understand how AI tools use our data. So I haven't read that. You can go ahead and accept. So it's request for full names. I'll say Dari. Oh yeah. And it's requesting for my email. Let's use one. Okay. Then it's request for country. And the reason is because ever since we launched Produce AI last year, March, we've had thankfully over 9,000 users, and we've been able to spread tentacles to or spread our operations to United Kingdom and Ghana. That's why it's going to ask for this. So that if you're going to be making use of anyone here, it's be just the country that is required. So for this one, instead of be choosing Nigeria, you may at your end see Nigeria and other countries, but For this instance, please select Nigeria. It makes the database know what data and which law to use to help process all your requests. So I haven't done that. That's all. You are signed up already. You are signed up already. So the next thing is to show you how to now interact with the AI. Now we have a list of commands here. These are the different things you can do on this Produce AI. You know how I mentioned that aside the fact that we help with we use technological tools to help face justice, right? We also help take up cases. Now, to be able to create a case, you just come here and type this we have here /create case. With that, able to create a case, and one of our pro bono lawyers will be attached to your case. We call you and they help you see the case to justice. Like also from here, track your case. But in this instance, we want to use the chat with AI component. So you just do this. I'll paste that there and I'll send it through to the number. So you can see the response. As a legal AI, I'm here to assist you with all your law-related questions. So in a way, just imagine that all your journal, all the law journalist-related questions, it's what is going to take care of for you. So you can also see here, it says Produce NG version 002 model. It's just to tell that you are currently using a database of Nigerian law. Now, the first question to ask is, let me go fetch the question so you can have proper understanding of how it works. Now, I'm going to be starting with a scenario of just an active citizen who does not want his or her right to be trampled upon. Move this to the top. So just to understand the side of how it comes in handy for an active citizen out there. So some of us must have experienced this in a way, but I'll just go ahead and read it out. Draft a petition to the necessary regulatory body about noise pollution in my area, where a church holds night videos with very loud speakers. Now you can see I'm using the word draft a petition. Now, one thing that we did with Produce AI, even here on WhatsApp, is it's going to draft the petition for you, and not just draft it as a message back to you, but draft it as a document. A document you can download, edit, and go and submit to the right authorities. So I'll go ahead and send this to the AI and let's see what the response will be. So I've sent the question to the AI. We await its response. So while we wait for its response, a quick one, we also got feedback from our users to improve the platform. And one of the feedback we got was that users wanted to be able to use voice notes of WhatsApp to request. So for those who are not willing to type, right, you are able to use a voice note to send your request to the AI. So there you go. You can see the document here. So you can see, can you locate the attached document in this message? So it has gathered the information of the drafted petition and put it here. So I'll go ahead and download what we have here. Lots of information here you can also read to understand all that is here. Just like explaining the legal framework of all that has been written in that document as regards the petition to this to the regulatory body about the noise pollution in the environment. So I'll download this. Once it's done, I'll open. So this is me opening it. So I've been doing a lot of reading here. I'll try to be fast as much as I can, and without also skipping important information. So this is what the AI drafted, and like I said, it drafted it as a document. So it's so easy from here. Just go ahead and edit few details such as your location, name of the church, and stuff. Go head over to a printer, print it out, and you're done. Go ahead and submit it to the necessary bodies. So what's the subject of the letter? Petition against noise pollution from church night videos. The name of the regulatory body. I'm writing to formally lodge a complaint regarding the excessive noise pollution caused by the name of the church written there at the church location in our community. The church conducts night videos that involve the use of loudspeakers, resulting in significant disturbances to residents in the vicinity, particularly during the late hours. As residents of this area, I, along with other affected residents, have experienced considerable discomfort and disruption to our daily lives due to the noise levels that often exceed the permissible limits as stipulated in the National Environmental Regulations 2009. So it's backing it up with the law, right? So the noise generated during this night vigil often exceed 90 decibels, especially during the night, which is in a violation of regulations that set maximum permissible noise level of 60 decibels in residential areas. This situation not only affects our ability to rest and enjoy our homes, but also poses potential health risks associated with prolonged exposure to this high noise level. We kindly request that your esteemed office investigate this matter and take appropriate action to ensure compliance with the noise regulations. We believe that a resolution can be reached and that can be reached that respects the rights of the church to conduct its activities while also safeguarding the well-being of people. So this is the kind of content or these kind of petitions that will be drafted with the use of AI from even the normal active citizens. This is a scenario that play out whereby you have a noise from one particular organization or from one particular setup or office, as the case might be, who are making so much noise. And I'm sure the next thing that will probably happen is landlord will gather around and start to get it themselves and try to call, put warnings here and there. But at the long run, to take a more heavier step, you need to be able to draft a petition to even drive more impact. So this is a tool to do just that. Now, we're asking the AI question that will be related to an FOI request. So which one should I go for? Yep. Okay. Right. Let me go ahead and copy that. And I'll paste that in here. So I'm going to read the next question out. So write an FOI. Let's use the word drafts. Draft an FOI letter to the Ministry of Finance requesting detailed records of government expenditure for the fiscal year 2020-2024, including budget allocations, spending breakdown by department, and any relevant reports. So for this instance, a journalist needs this kind of information, needs to get it from this particular government institution. It takes a while to draft things like this. You want to draft it, rewrite, check it out with a lawyer to see that it makes sense and it can be impactful, right? All of those things you want to put in place. But with the use of Produce AI, it has skipped those processes. It has gone through the legal knowledge it has. All the Nigerian laws are currently is what we use to train it. So it goes through all of those laws, includes the FOI, and draft everything, draft your request for FOI, draft your FOI request, and gives it to you. So you don't have to do a lot of back and forth. So what would probably take some journalists 2, 3, 4 days to write, you get it done within few seconds. So let's go ahead and download what it's got for us. It's also Binet gave us the legal framework for everything that is in the document. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. Open it. There we go. So the Honorable Minister of Finance letter says, Ministry of Finance, the address and the city as the case might be, that is where you're supposed to edit. The subject is request for information under the Freedom of Information Act. Dear Honorable Minister, I'm writing to formally request access to detailed records of government expenditures for the fiscal year 2024 in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act 2011. Specifically, I would like to obtain the following information. 1, budget allocation for the fiscal year 2024, broken down by department, detailed spending breakdown by department for the fiscal year 2024, any relevant financial reports related to government expenditure for the fiscal year 2024. This information is crucial for understanding how public funds are being utilized and ensuring transparency and accountability in government spending. I would appreciate your prompt response to this request and look forward to your response within the statutory timeframe as stipulated by the FOI Act. So this doesn't just request for it. This doesn't just outline what you want from them. It backs it up with the law, then also stipulates there's a particular timeline in which they need to respond to this, what do you call it now, to this request. So this is one way you're able to draft FOI. Everything is in check. The legal aspect is in check, right? So you are not missing anything out. If you're going to edit so much here, you won't be doing so much that will cost you hours or days to get done. I believe with a focused or diligent journalist, within an hour, all of these things are set, or probably 30 minutes, they are all set to go out and to be submitted. All they have to just do is edit the information here, the location, add details here, add a signature if need be, print out and go ahead and submit either formally, either electronically or physically. Now, under one, to ask the AI.
Okay, we need to start wrapping up, Damla, if you can.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
I'm already
Just go
getting
ahead.
questions, so I want you to also try to respond to some of those questions.
Yes, okay, that's way to go. So if that's the case, I would like to use the web this time around.
So I'm going to make a very funny comment. And
Okay.
this comment is because I was there when Police AI was launched and someone asked this question. So it's a funny comment and probably a response to the comment I'm going to make. Someone said, now that we can obviously draft our case file, can we go and represent ourselves in the court?
Yeah. True, indeed. We get this a lot of these questions, but then AI won't do a whole lot. You still have to come back to the lawyer. Like I said earlier, how I said it's like a first aid for legal issues. It won't end up being the major solution. It might end up being the big deal afterwards. For some cases, it just works fine. For some other cases, you need intervention of the lawyer, which brings me to this question that you probably would have heard kind of out there when we launch AI or wherever you've heard us. How people say, what now makes produce AI different from ChatGPT? Hey, there's a lot of difference. Now, we don't just bring in the legal insights. We also bring the legal support to the picture. For a journalist while during the course of the activity or kind of their daily job, get into a legal problem, we are available to represent, to help you out in such scenarios. And I will show you how that works here. I think I did earlier on how I showed you how you can create a case. All you have to do is just go ahead and copy this and then type it out and send create case. With this, when it asks you for some details of the case, and from there we assign that case to a lawyer who now goes ahead and helps you out with the whole justice delivery process till you are fine legally, right? Or even backings of the law to make sure that all the things you need to put in check as a journalist are put in check. Produce AI is able to do that. And let me just use this last one. Sorry, just to explain my last point. This won't take time. Let's go back to chatting with the AI. Let me use the web this time. So the question here to the AI is, I have started an investigative report on the recent bomb blast. There was this particular time we had a bomb blast in Ibadan. And then, so as what do you call it now? As a journalist, you want to find out the legal things, what are the risks involved, and what are the things you need to do per different scenario that you experience. So I have started an investigative report on the recent blast in Bodija, Ibadan. As a journalist, what are the legal risks involved and ways to mitigate them? Then it breaks it down for you with an analysis first off, the legal framework, the risk assessment, and then practical steps to mitigate those risks. So this is just one of those many things you can do with Produce AI. You can copy your different documents, paste it to the AI, ask it to analyze it with legal background. So it helps you to analyze different scenarios. And you can do a whole lot. You can come to the AI, put a scenario out there, and ask you to analyze it with legal background to see what are going to be the legal outcome of that scenario. And it goes out to analyze it with the backings of the law as it is being trained with. So I wish I had more time, but this is how far I have to go, so we can now entertain questions. Thank you. So I'll stop sharing at this point. So Kennedy, I don't know, can we get the questions?
Very, very much. Very, very. Funny enough, I always like to look forward to police AIs unveiling. Don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because someone. So I'm going to take some questions. Some of those questions are coming directly to me. Someone said, if the government feels, and I think I probably know the answer to this, if the government fails to respond to the FY, we have a right to take them to court. Is police AI also probably helping to achieve this? So I know if I want to respond, I know it helps you to generate the FY. I'm not sure it has a leg to take it to court. You probably have to do that leg work by yourself. But I mean, Derek can respond to that already.
So when it comes to that, like I said, we are available. Yeah, it's one of those things. We are an activity app as well. We are ready to do stuff like that to you see how you can actually get that information. Because normally, according to the FOI, it's supposed to be available. Once it's normally available according to the law, we are available to help you get that done. Represent you whenever you need to get represented.
Achifa, you can quickly go so that you can quickly take your question. I think I've sent the link of Police AI on the chat, so you can store it while we would also prepare to have Mr. Adebayo from PLSI. So, yes, Achifa, quickly ask your question.
All right, before a story is published, would it be possible to get a lawyer to run through it to avoid cases like this?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. The story,
I
I
mean,
didn't get that.
okay, let's say you are done writing a story and you're about to publish. Would it be possible to give it to a lawyer to help you edit to avoid legal entrapment?
Yeah, that is where we created Produce AI in the first instance. One can use the Produce AI to you can put or paste the content into the Produce AI and ask it to look for legal issues or legal legal problems that will come out of that story. Then based on that, it gives you a response based on the story you pasted into it, and from there you can tell what you need to get done. But if that seems to be even more difficult, that is when you now go ahead and contact us.
Okay, I think that's all. One of the interesting thing about Policy AI, and I say this truthfully, is how also interactive it is. So the fact that you can also have a number and you can always just have your personal chats the same way you do with Meta AI. Meta AI or WhatsApp. So you can just have your chats, generate what you need to do, have the edits, and it's almost free to use. So probably the question from my end would be that is it publicly accessible and can people also start using it right now?
You mean Produce AI, right?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Yes, like I said, I've been launched since March. It's available.
All right.
Used.
So thank you very, very much. I know how busy you are today, so thank you very, very much for coming up. Really appreciate you sharing your thoughts on what we're discussing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, so we are moving to another aspect of AI tool that was developed by Paradigm Initiative. Mr. Adebayo, if you are available, you can come up. I see that you are on the call. Let me confirm if you are available.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, so someone is asking, will it be possible to get the contact? So, for some of those tools that we have discussed, we're going to be pasting the link again. There are a lot of links too. We also want you, sorry, please hold on, Mr. Adebayo. There are a lot of links we also want you to also register because some of the training, this long training is also to try to gather the media perceptions about, which is also included in some of the forms that you registered. The media perception about the use of AI is a long process that we're trying to do at DataFight. So we're going to be sending some of the links both to your mail and every other thing so that you can also help us fill out some of those forms. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Adebayo, you have the floor.
Okay. Good afternoon. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdullahi Hadibayo, and thank you for having me. And I feel I've actually, I joined about a few minutes ago, and I was able to hear some of the conversation, especially I think that's of Mr. Dare, talking about the police AI thing. And of course, I feel I would just say that when I saw the mail of the, uh, for this engagement yesterday, I was like, oh, interesting to see how to engage more with journalists and to discuss around what we do. And of course, I work with Paradigm Leadership Support Initiative. It's a civic organization, basically, and that's why it's another dimension to, so the conversation so far in the morning, I saw when Candy was talking about series of tools there that journalists can explore to probably do infographic design, to write reports, and also like that, which are interesting. But for us, basically civic organization, we work basically around engaging more with citizens and also to see how to use media as a tool to engage more with citizens. So which is that part of where I'll also be discussing around. And I know sometimes that's 2023, not more last year actually. I thought it was last year because we were now in 2025, where we had a public audit media fellowship where we supported some journalists to leverage to actually conduct some investigative reporting across some states, across 5 states in Nigeria. So which is actually one of the the output of what we do and how we've been engaging with media. Let me see if I can share my screen, and because I think I have one of the shortest presentation today because I was told this meeting was for 11:40 a.m. and because I have another meeting scheduled, but I'll just try to just squeeze my time in. Apologies, I'm trying to. Okay. So this is my screen.
Yes, it's kind of loading up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's fine. I think it. So, basically, it's just to give a rundown to what does PLSI do? PLSI, Paradigm Leadership Support Initiative, is a civic organization. We basically work around strengthening public accountability in Nigeria, leveraging public audit practice, public audit tools, and also which we see as the last part of the financial management, and of course, enhancing uh, sorry, just a minute, please. I'm trying to, I don't know what's wrong with this screen.
Okay.
Okay, so just, I think we can all see my screen clearly now.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So just to talk about what we do as an organization, like I said, it's we strengthen public accountability, leveraging public audit tool, and also to to strengthen accountability in Nigeria, both at the national and sub-national level. Over the years, we've worked with the Office of Auditor General, the Public Account Committee, the Anti-Corruption Agency to see how to improve fiscal transparency and accountability in Nigeria. And basically the constitution of the country is also clear around the part of the role that the Office of the General play when it comes to accountability is actually the the foremost accountability institution in the country, and it shows, what the significant role they actually play when it comes to holding public officials accountable. And I know that for many people who actually work around accountability reporting, investigative accountability investigations and reporting, I believe they will find this more interesting. And of course, so I will just do a bit of rundown into what the public financial management landscape looks like. And of course, it's something we are all familiar with. We're used to seeing the budget. And of course, we see that, when governments pass budget, which is actually, a preparation of budget is where it all starts from, and where the budget is being passed. I mean, it is being prepared by the executive, they send to the legislative for approval, and of course, the approval, the legislators look into it and approve this budget. Then it goes back to the executive to commence implementation and all that. So, it's not a question of what are the steps, what is the next thing to do. Then we have another phase where we have the procurement process, where different MDAs, pick up their budget and start looking into procurement process. And of course, where that's another phase in the public financial, that's about public budget implementation. That's another phase in the PFM sector. And also we have then accounting, reporting, disbursement of resources, where the accountant general of the state disburse funds into different MDAs. And this is what your budget, this is what was approved in your budget. And of course, this is what you're going to spend. This is what is available. That is, subject to revenue available. And we have, these are different places where different people monitor what happened. So, and, so when the accountant general disburse funds into different agencies of government for implementation to implement the budget, then we see that. So after the whole financial year, everybody spent the whole money. And then the last phase, which comes to the auditor, which will now look into the efficiency of how most of these funds are being utilized. Then there might be a challenge, because auditor then certified to look into, this amount of billions of naira was released to Ministry of X. And of course, this is how Ministry of X use this amount of money to look into their book. Because the constitution of the country itself, empowers the Office of the Auditor General to be able to assess, all documents, books, and record of all departments, ministry departments, and agencies of the government, to look into what has happened, how do you spend the revenue you generate. Both your internal generated revenue and also the funds coming from the government. How do you actually, spend all those money? Yeah, thankfully we have now TSA, where everybody push their revenue to a central account, where the government then will disperse and push it up. But yet we still have some, agencies of government, because if you look at the Fiscal Responsibility Act, where there is also a clause that says that gives rooms for 25% of revenue generated by MDAs to be spent by them, and 75% should be remitted to the CFR, that's the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the government itself. So, some agencies still manage their 25% revenue, while there are some agencies that, because they're revenue generating agency, they probably expend about 50%, but then they have to remit back, that amount of money. But that doesn't stop them from including all this process in their budget. So there have been there are a lot of issues you will see in the audit reports, where you see agency of government, spending money on what was not approved. And what we call extra budgetary spending is an offense on its own, which it's against the law, because it's like violating the law. Budget is a law. And if any funds that wasn't approved in the budget is being spent, it's another case on its own. So these are all the issues that the Auditor General has actually fished out, investigate, to look into what has happened, what has transpired across all. But of course, that is where we sit as PLSI. We then try to bring in non-state actors to look into what this Auditor General is saying, because we see that, aside the fact that Auditor General reports financial misappropriation, he also reports ethical misappropriation, and to look around how people are doing complying with rules and regulation within the sector, within the financial sector in the country. So that brings about the platform, the Value for Money platform. Just to give a rundown of what does it look like. It's a civic technology platform that enables citizens to track, report, and act on audited public projects and transactions with irregularities at the national and subnational level to ensure effective service delivery. So what this does is actually, is a tech that then replicates whatever reports that is coming from the Auditor General, and then bring it in a simpler form, whereby citizens can then have access to look into what has transpired, what has happened. Because One thing we've seen over the years is the complexity of audit reports, because many people don't actually, certainly citizens, ordinary citizens might not actually understand, the technicality that surround, public audit practice. So what we use VFM platform to do is to break this down, to simplify it to what citizens can actually, resonate with and can understand what is happening and how funds has been used and how funds have been managed within the government, and of course, to be able to, hold necessary officials accountable to call them to action. So that's what our VFM, the VFM platform is actually doing. But of course, one of the key things we do, and before I go to other parts we actually do, the parts where the AI tool comes in, is to talk about the why VFM. Why do we need VFM? Like I said, section 6 of section 6A of the corruption, that's of the ICPC Act, is actually empowers the ICPC to receive, petitions from citizens, and of course to empowers the citizens to actually, write petitions to ICPC, that's Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offense in Nigeria, for them to be able to look into maybe some sort of misappropriation or ethical issues or ethical corruption, financial corruption that they probably pass within their community or within the government. This actually empowers citizens to look into petitioning government, ICPC specifically look at that. And the same thing goes to EFCC, or the EFCC Act 2004 also, which actually speaks into the need for the agency to also, to do the needful, so where it also empowers where citizens can raise their own concern also. So one thing we've seen over the years of our action, of operation, is the fact that, we've tried to bridge the gap between citizens and information, because we see that many citizens are of the opinion that they don't have access to most of this information. So if VFM, Value for Money platform, is bringing information to them, and of course we strengthen the capacity to leverage this information to write, petition manually. And another challenge we've seen over the years is the part whereby how they take this petition to submit to anti-corruption agency and also to follow up on the progress, because there is a difference between when you petition anti-corruption agency to say this is the issues that are happening in your society, this is what you've actually seen, but then trying to play your own role as an active citizen. But then there's another part to say maybe they're going to use this tool itself, maybe they're going to use this petition, or what comes out with the result of the petition. For someone like me who have submitted number of petitions, but yet for you to follow up, you have to keep going to their offices to know that, oh, what is going on, what's the status of my petition, and also like that. So those are the gaps we've seen, despite having this VFM plan, and that's where what the AI will actually come into, to address over the. And of course, even the process of submitting petition, sometimes it takes about 3 weeks, 2 weeks before you can draft the petition and take the petition to anti-corruption agency. The process of the logistic process around it. I'm looking at someone who is actually far away from within society or to the headquarters of the anti-corruption agency. It then becomes a challenge to say, I'm going to spend this amount of money to take transportation to either go to Abuja or to go to any of the zonal offices to be able to file some petitions to anti-corruption agency around fiscal issues that you've identified from the audit report. So this is talking about how VFM does its work. The primary evidence where we have the audit report itself. We break it down, simplify it, and the independent findings. What we do, we visit most of these communities, most of these projects to physically see what is going on there. To also to engage with community citizens who are actually the primary beneficiaries of most of these projects, to also get their own concern, how these affect them directly, and also engage with government agencies that are also the agency of government, to ask them questions: what has happened, why is this happening this way, and that's so the third stage we do is they match all these reports together. And of course, so where we see, then we have our own independent findings reports, and also where we see issues that we write petitions to anti-corruption agencies. There is need to establish some sort of investigation around this project in this community, because we discover this amount of money has been paid, and this is the status of the project. Because we've seen scenario whereby I would give an example of a project in Oyo State, Kishi Igboho Road in 2021. So of course, the Auditor General actually reported that there is a case because millions of naira, I think about I think about for something million was actually have been released to the contractor, of course, from the agency in charge of that project. But yet, the road is actually still, abandoned and nothing has been done. So when we saw this issue, the Auditor General reported the issue and we flagged it up to, at ICPC specifically. So one thing we've been able to see that, ICP invited the contractor and of course they interrogated the contractor to know what has happened. And I know as at 2022, ICP, they've been able to recover 10 million naira from the contractor as at then. And of course, they still have to charge him to court. So one of the key things there is the fact that, the action we took then, of course, although it took a lot of years, issue from 2020 that was filed in 2020 and you get results in the ending of 2021 going to 2022. It took a whole lot of long process, but then there are some sort of results around the fact that some recoveries were made back to the purse of the government, and of course it will serve like a lesson to that specific contractor to look around. Even if you're giving a government project in the future, you then know that you need to be prudent around, and that there are a lot of citizens watching you to know that they have access to this information. So where do we do this at the national and sub-national level? And this is just, the process flow of the VFM platform. Of course, I'm not really here to talk on the VFM platform. So this is just sample of, petitions and responses from ICPC, specifically on what have happened, what the projects we flagged, and of course, those who have actually generated some sort of, impact results so far. So this is, okay, so then before I will actually play this short 2-minute video, but before I play this video, I will then just to give a rundown to what's this is the VFM AI itself. So what this does is actually, it bridges the gap of the process of this petition to anti-corruption agency. So the information are actually on the platform itself. So the VFM, the AI tool helps use this information, the information from the audit report or from the audit information on the VFM platform. You then use it to generate, petition and submit it directly to the anti-corruption agency. So it bridges that logistics process of you have to draft petition, you need to go and print on letter paper, you need to take this to the anti-corruption agency, you probably have to join a bus or to join a flight to take it to the nearest anti-corruption agency to submit this, and of course you then start following up with them. So this AI tool directly, if you trigger this from this platform, it then help you draft a petition that you also look at, use the necessary information, the data, the tools you need, and it's going to help you draft a petition and will submit it directly to the anti-corruption agency in either any of the anti-corruption, either the EFCC, the ICPC, or if you want to deal with the state level or the sub-national anti-corruption agency, some states also have their own anti-corruption agency. So one of the key things that this AI tool will also do is also to help you, send this, petition directly to them. So there is another part of this tool that we're actually building right now is to connect the part of how you now monitor, or we call it a petition tracker, where every individual then monitor the petitions you submit. What is the status of that petition? For you to be able to know that, there is at the end of the tunnel, there is a result that this is what has happened. If you submit a petition on issue, let's say you're investigating some issue and you probably find the information from the audit report or from this platform, then you leverage that information to demand, to hold, to be able to you petition this anti-corruption agency of a thing. Then you then have to follow up the part of to know that this is the status of what your petition looks like. Because one of the key things I even remember we made mention of this, to our fellow, is that basically the audit sector, how it looks like, is actually not really conclusive in nature, because the fact that it goes through a lot of process. If the Auditor General publishes reports, it submits, the constitution mandates the Office of the Auditor General to submit this report to the Public Account Committee of the National State Assembly. They serve like, so what this PAC does is they serve like a court, a mini court. They have the power of I think the high courts of the federal, that the power of the PAC equivalent to that of the high court. So they review, they look at this report, invite most of these agencies of government, for them to make some explanation. So at the level of the PAC, so whatever verdict they give and say, this is their recommendation, they then send it to that of the committee of the assembly itself. That's the entire assembly, the state or the federal level. So at that level, if the assembly then adopts that resolution, that recommendation, it becomes a resolution that is passed to the executive for implementation. So at that point, if the assembly affirmed to say the Auditor General flagged 100 million naira was missing by the agency, let's say for instance, Ministry of Education could not account for this amount of millions of naira, then and of course the public account to also investigate the issue and confirm that this is actually true, and they make a recommendation, and the whole plenary of the House also affirm that, then it becomes a problem. Then at that point we can say, yes, this amount of money has probably been stolen. So most things, at the level of the audit, we use it as unaccounted fund because at that point it's not been accounted for. But when it gets to the plenary and they had zoomed to say this is the state of the thing, then maybe they then affirm to say, yes, this money has, then you can now draw a conclusion on the issue to say this is the status of things around the funds, the misappropriation of funds, or maybe this amount of money has been cleared, and maybe this amount of money has not been cleared. So the clearance here for auditor is not about just verbal clearance, about evidence, data, real fact to clear to say that, oh, this is what has happened. And at the same time, also the anti-corruption agency also use when they use this tool, also you then be able to let them see. They also request for information, evidence, data, and fact present that, oh, truthfully, this has actually happened. So before I just conclude my presentation to talk about the relevance of this into journalism, let's just quickly play this video so that we can just see how the process. Please, can we all hear the volume of the video?
We can't hear the volume of the video.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so I don't know. The volume, the voice of the video, was it clear enough?
No, sir, I wasn't.
It wasn't, but
Maybe I
they
will
have a link.
then
Okay, so a
share.
link has been shared from your team. So I'm going to
that's
just paste that
Okay, that's
so that will just help.
Oh, that's fine. Apologies for that. So, just to now talk about, of course, like I said, all this grammar, everything that, I've been discussing about so far, it looks kind of, and to look around, what is the relevance of all this to, journalism itself? How do we manage the tool? What actually at what point, do we actually need this tool as a journalist? What do we want to use? How do we use this, the entire VFM AI platform itself? How do we make use of it as journalists? One of it is, like I said, is source of data for accountability reporting. Because basically, what this looks into is what the audit, like I explained, what the general does is to look around, what does the budget look like? What is the amount of money released in the procurement system? How did they actually, the procurement process, how did it go? Did they actually follow the rules and regulation of the procurement? And what was the amount of money released to either the MDA or to the contractor or on different projects? And then they actually flag to say, okay, this is what has happened. And of course, the auditor also go on the site to see, sometimes they do some fiscal verification of fiscal projects also, or capital projects, and then merge all this together to generate their own report, which becomes the audit report. So, this also, the VFM platform serves a source of data where you have access to all audit informations across different, both at the national and sub-national level. Sometimes it's not only the capital project. Also, it can also be issues around transactions, administrative auditing, and also like that, where you can have, or basically to look into how the entire government have spent what amount of money they spent over in that financial year, and what the audit reports are actually reported on how the amount of money was spent. Sometimes you look around, you see issues on revenue generation, where you basically, we want to look around government complaining about, the debt level, the debt profile increasing, and yet you want to look around the revenue shortfall. Aside looking at what the budget and this looks like, the audit report sometimes also look into specificity of what the agency of government is expected to do. And there you will see some agency of government where perhaps they did not remit. You see around non-remittance of taxes. They collect taxes across board, but yet they fail to remit it to the purse of the government. And of course, we keep complaining that government does not have revenue for the next financial year. So audit reports point to different fiscal issues that, of course, that look around, that cut across both the budget, the procurement, and the treasury, the releases itself, and they aggregate all this together. So it serves as a source itself. So the VFM platform is a bank where you can actually have access to most of this information as a tip to then start looking into digging down to different insights, investigations that you want to probably write your report on. And also the second one, like I said, is to investigate how anti-corruption agencies, the interaction between the citizens and anti-corruption agency, specifically around, when you petition, use this platform to trigger a petition to submit to anti-corruption agency to look around, oh, this has actually happened. I mean, to petition them to know that, oh, you've seen this issue, this specific issue has been raised maybe in the community you're probably working on a project you're working on, and to see the level at which most of these anti-corruption agencies are also responding, whether they actually, take citizens, so seriously around that, and of course to see the progress rate on what actually happened.
Shout out to those of the opinion that musicians should do something else, so they can send me church for free. No problem, I'm not everything.
I think that's on that note. I think I've come to the end of my short presentation. I don't know. I would just hang here for maybe any questions or contribution or something.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adibai. I think the only question that is available is just to ask if it is fully active, or people can start using it right now, or if it's not, when it would be active, while I prepare Philip from CGID Dubai to start.
Okay, let me say that, yes, some part of the future that I discussed is actually fully active, while the other part of, looking at tracking, monitoring the progress of petition is not active yet. So we're still working because that's, we're still engaging with anti-corruption agency as a stakeholder to get them into the system so that, we'll be able to, sometimes one of the issues we've seen is, they talk about most of these issues as classified information and national, when they talk about national security, then there is a limit that you can push. So we're still trying to find a way around, finding a balance between how we most of these issues, especially issues that contain around development that pertain to citizens. We believe these are not issues of national security. So we're trying to sift those parts and see how we can leverage that. And I think that's the other part that is actually not fully active. But all other features around information access and using it to trigger petition and all that, I think they are very much active now.
Thank you very, very much, sir. We really appreciate you for coming on. So the final person we're going to be taking today which is a very, very interesting AI tool that I like, is that of the Power Chat Box, which was developed by this CGID. So Philip, if you are ready now, you can take over. Let me just put also that there's an evaluation form and that has been sent also. I'm going to send it again for all of us to fill, and it's also going to be sent to our mail. So please take your time to also fill it up. Thank you, Philip. Please go ahead.
Okay. Can everybody see me?
Yeah, we can see your screen. You can go ahead.
All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I am Philip Anjorin. I'm a fact checker with Dubawa, the Information Verification Program, Center for Journalism Innovation and Development. Yeah. So, today, first of all, I'm very glad to be here to be talking about the works we are doing at Dubawa and how it can be of value to journalists and media practitioners in Nigeria and beyond. So, the work I'll be showing with you people is the innovations we have done at CID. We created 2 AI tools for fact checking and information verification. And what we'll be looking at today, we're looking at who we are, we're looking at our tools, and how valuable it can be for you as a journalist. We'll be looking at how you can use it and how beneficial it can be for you. We'll be doing a live application of the tools. We'll be using the tools live. And then I will also show how many people have used it to let you know how impactful our work has been. So, like I said, Dubawa is the flagship fact-checking platform by the Center for Journalism Innovation and Development, CGID. And our target is to tackle misinformation, disinformation, and information disorder generally. So one of the ways we actually want to tackle them, considering the fact that we are in the information age, is to create AI tools that can address key issues. So that was how we came up with Dubawa Audio and Dubawa Chatbots. So, but these are not the only one. These are not the only tools that we created at CGIB, right? And so now, why are these tools important? Let me start from Dubawa Audio itself. How Dubawa Audio works is that it's going to identify claims, what's verification in transcribed audio content. One of the key challenges we have identified over the years is that audio contents are quite viral. They go viral and they receive less attention. Why? because of the complexities involved in carrying out the information verification. So we actually created this Dubawa audio to help us not only transcribe the audios, but also help us identify the claims that can be worth verification. While the second tool we created, which is Dubawa chatbots, we created it because one, WhatsApp is one of the platforms where information disorder go viral because it is one of the most used social media platforms in Nigeria, Ghana, and let me say West Africa majorly. So we actually felt like bringing the remedy closer to home by making sure that the chatbot is not just going to be a website, but it's going to be used on WhatsApp itself. So we the chatbot is going to like provide a very quick response. I can even say once you provide the claim, it doesn't spend up to 10 seconds before providing the verdict and before providing the source of the verdict. So then we also use these two tools to improve media literacy in Nigeria and West Africa generally. So the main purpose of these tools are to address false information and also make reliable information more accessible in West Africa. So okay, how is Dubawa Audio used? Dubawa Audio is a website. It's going to you upload an audio on the website transcribe it. And when it's transcribed the website, it uses how do I say it? When it's transcribed the website, because one of the things we have discovered is that accents can actually matter when it comes to transcribing an audio, especially by all these transcription website and tools that we have access to. For example, TurboScribe and some other platforms, even Otta AI too. It also have issues with accent. So we actually made this Dubawa audio closer to home by ensuring that it identifies Nigerian accent, Ghanaian accent, and even Nigerian pidgin accent. So for instance, if you upload an audio that is in pidgin, the AI will be able to transcribe this, if not accurately, but at least 88% accuracy. So after transcribing it, it's going to identify the claims that is worth fact-checking in the text. Now, why is this beneficial for you as a journalist? By automating the fact identification process, the tool allows users to focus on in-depth reporting and help uncover misleading claims that may be overlooked in traditional media. Just like I said claims worth fact-checking. But there are lots of times when you as a journalist may not know that this statement is actually a claim that is worth looking into, and it may have implications if it is left unattended to. So that is it for Dubawa Audio. In the case of Dubawa chatbots, you as the journalist, as the user now, all what you just have to do is to submit the claim to the WhatsApp account, and immediately, and I'm proud to use the word immediately, it will help verify the claim. You won't spend up to 5 seconds before you see the truth of the claim and the source. In most situations, Dubawa chatbot does not rely on one source in order to establish authenticity. So because it is using different sources, then it means that it will actually help you make your research in few seconds, not minutes, seconds. So, and due to the fact that it's actually operating on WhatsApp, it gives you accurate response. The information is verified because it is using multiple sources. And then it also provides the link to those sources. So when you click the link, you'll be able to check through the sources that it provides compared to a platform like, let me say, ChatGPT, for example. If you actually use ChatGPT, you may not really be able to, you won't get accurate information. I remember that I was actually fact checking a live program recently. So the speaker made mention of some numbers, right? When I actually asked her that, where did she get the source? She said, no, she wanted to deny it. She didn't want to complain in the first instance. But along the line, she had to open up. She said ChatGPT. Then I was wondering, if you actually read ChatGPT to the bottom part, you will see where it is said that users should try to verify the information because it may contain inaccuracy. So if you can actually read it down there, then you should be able to know that, okay, apart from the fact that ChatGPT has given you a link that you can just click, in most situations, that link is not accurate. So why don't you just click it and make more verifications, make more findings in order to ascertain the authenticity of the information you're providing. But in the case of Dubawa chatbot, it's different. The links you're having access to, they are credible links. And we are not just going to rely on blogs that do not have credibility. I don't want to mention names, but there are actually some popular blogs, or let me say popular websites that are not reliable. For example, if you're a journalist and you're relying on a website like Igbo Times Magazine, then there's something else attached to it. But in the case of ChatGPT, our chatbot is going to provide links that are credible for you to verify the information yourself. So due to the fact that this action is available, it will help us reduce the spread of information. One, the information that is reliable is going to be offered quick, and you have easy access to it. And you also have access to source for referencing. So which means if you actually provide, if you use a statement from Dubawa chatbot and you provide the sources, people will be able to say, okay, yes, this is true, this is not true, and they'll be able to back it up. So okay, let's do a live sorry. Okay. So let's do, I'm trying to change, okay. The first place we want to use now is the Dubawa chatbots. Please, if you can see the chatbots, please just speak so I can know that, okay, you're following me.
We can see.
All right, great. Thank you. So, okay, I finished using the chatbot now. I want to start the process now. You see that it says icons in this chat section is ended because the inquiry I had made ahead is no longer what I needed. So this is a fresh start. So what I just have to do is to say, hi. Okay, you could see that it wrote that you agree with our terms of use and acknowledge that your claims may be collected and used to improve the generated response. So now we want to verify a claim. And since we want to verify a claim, it says to select an option, reply with the corresponding number. We want to verify a claim, which means we want to fact check a claim. So what we are going to write is 1. Okay. So now it's saying that it's here to assist us in verifying any claim or fact that we may have. So now what claim can we look into? Let's say, okay, I worked on a claim recently, and the claim is that Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. That's the claim, right? So now let's look into fact checking it. Is Nigeria the largest economy in Africa? That's the claim, right? You see? You see now? It's not even up to a minute. It's not up to a minute. No, Nigeria is not currently the largest economy in Africa. According to the IMF, South Africa is projected to become Africa's largest economy, blah, 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 blah. While Nigeria will slide to 4th place due to economic challenges. Now, if we actually look at the links that is provided, you will see Business Day, you see Africa Check, you see Punch. Business Day, Africa Check, Punch. And these platforms, they're actually credible media organizations. Had it been you are using Google Meet, it would have been easier for me to switch between the screens, but for the time being, I would want to focus on this. If you click on, let me say, okay, if you click on this now, the one for Business Day, is going to take you to a credible. Okay, it's still rolling. It's still rolling. Okay. Can you see the link to the Business Day? Okay. Okay. You can see the link to the Business Day, right?
Yes.
All right, good. So, but had it been you're using ChatGPT now, and you click on the link it showed you, it's not going to give you a credible link. It's going to give you a link that is not existing. The link will not be accurate. So that is how simple our chatbot is, and it's fact check the claim within a minute. It's not even up to not even up to a minute. Within a minute, you can actually use this ChatGPT, this chatbot to actually work on different claims, as many claims as possible, without paying a dime, without worrying about upgrading to premium or subscribing to one thing or another. That's how easy it is. So now that we are done with this, let's go to the next. If you have questions about this Dubara chatbot, please let me know. If you have questions about the chatbot, let me know, please. Okay. Pending the time, we can proceed to
I don't think
the
there's
next.
any questions from here.
Okay, we can
There are no
proceed to the
questions on the
next.
chat, so you can just.
Yeah, so okay, let's go to the Dubawa audio AI. Before then, I would want to show this. I would want to share this. So I'm wondering why it's saying that we need. I think it's this. Okay. So this is okay. Wait. This is the demo for the Dubawa audio. I have to like expand it so you'll be able to see it when it starts playing. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to write on Dubawa, like go to this website, dubawa.ai. That's the website. Let me write it in the comments section so you can actually check it at your end too. Dubawa.ai. That's the website in the comment section. So that's the first step. When you go there, you could see where it wrote get started. You click on sign up. It's going to show you how to sign in. You fill in all the details so you can sign up. Okay. When you are done filling the details, you see where it wrote loading. That is after you have accepted terms and conditions. It's going to tell you to check your mail for verification code, which means you have to make sure that the mail you're providing is accurate. So the moment you have the code, put it in the box provided. This can actually work on both your phone and your system. So you don't have to worry, maybe it's a system thing or not. So when you are in, this is going to be the dashboard that you'll be seeing. You see dashboard, upload, files, account, and support. So when you are in the dashboard, go to upload. When you click on upload, it's going to show you this. Now, remember I said that one of the benefits of this Dubawa AI, this Dubawa audio, is that it is going to transcribe. If you are using a pidgin, if you are submitting a pidgin audio, it's going to transcribe the pidgin audio because it is programmed to understand the pidgin audio. So, and if your audio is giving this Nigerian accent, either Hausa accent or Igbo accent or Yoruba accent, the one that other AI tools will misinterpret or write in a wrong way because the accent can be an issue. This Dubawa audio will actually help transcribe it as accurately as possible. Then you click here, you upload the file. Now, when you click on that and you upload the file, it's oftentimes it's advisable that you don't upload a file that is more than 5 minutes. Please don't upload the file that is more than 5 minutes. Although we actually all hands are on deck to ensure that the AI tool can transcribe audio file that is as much as 30 minutes or 1 hour. But for the time being, please don't upload a file that is more than 5 minutes. Otherwise, it's going to take a whole lot of time to transcribe. So now when you upload the file, it's going to transcribe it for you. Take you back to the dashboard. You can see the dashboard and the audios that have been uploaded. This is not mine anyway. So then you go to files. Now you're not going, if you go to upload, then it means you want to send an audio to the AI to transcribe. But when it is done transcribing, you should go to files. You see the file name, you see the date you uploaded it, you see maybe it's finished uploading or not. So now, if you use the system, you see it write the file name, it's write upload this, just like you're seeing here now, just like you're seeing. Then here you see the action, which means you have access to the transcription, and you also have access to the claims it's identified. Okay. So when you are done, I believe this what's it called? The demo used a phone. It did the demo in phone format. If you use the system, the design is going to be different. So you have the claim, you click on claims to view the extracted stuff. Now you can see, click download to download the claims in CSV format. That CSV format is a different one that you can actually use to do one or two things. And then that is all. So now I have actually, okay, I haven't logged in here, but here I have logged in. You can see my dashboard, right? So if you can see my dashboard, you see that
Yeah,
I'm not, okay. You see I click on upload. I don't know what's wrong with the net. When I clicked on upload, it showed Nigerian English. For now, it's supporting 3 languages, although we are still working on including indigenous languages. So which means you can actually, when we are done with the upgrading, you'll be able to upload Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa audio. And it's also looked at, we are also looking at upgrading it to French. So you'll be able to work on French audio too. So you can see Nigerian English, Ghanaian English, Nigerian Pidgin English. So if you click on it, it's going to follow the same process, just like the demo showed. Now I'm going to files. I had actually used this Dupower audio to actually transcribe a video that I watched once. The first thing I did was, after watching the video, the first thing I did was to convert it to audio, because for now it can't transcribe video for now. That's why the name is Dupower audio. But along the line, we're going to work on that. So this is what I did. I think a health practitioner was invited to a church. The health practitioner was invited to the church to speak on health issues. I think it's maybe heart-related issues or something. Yes, heart-related issues, exactly. So I uploaded the video on the Dupower audio, and it did the transcription, just like you're seeing here right now. You can see that, oh God. You can see that it did the transcription without any limitation. So you can see claims, and you can also see download audios. If you click on see claims, Rolling. Okay, good. One of the most important things you can do is to reverse heart disease. One of the most important things you can do to reverse heart disease is to have a healthy plant-based diet. It's identified that as a claim. Just by changing your diet, arteries can now open up. High blood pressure can be lowered by having a plant-based diet, exercising, and ensuring proper hydration. These are actually claims, right? Greens can induce the release of nitric oxide in arteries, which can help lower blood pressure and have benefits similar to Viagra. Okay, this is also another claim. Spices like turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon have health benefits, including antioxidant properties and immune system support. Okay, another claim is that type 2 diabetes is completely reversible through lifestyle changes. So you can see that apart from the fact that it helped us transcribe the audio now, it actually helped us identify, it helped us identify the different claims in the audio. So instead of you still having to read through the entire audio transcripts, you can actually just come here and show you the claims that are worth fact checking in the audio. So that is what makes Dubawa audio to be different from other transcription AI tools that are accessible and free. And yes, that's also another benefit. Dubawa audio is free, totally free, and completely free. Now that we are done with that, we can actually proceed to the next, which is okay. So now we are done with all this. Now we have been able to see the two tools. How many people? Does this mic? How many people have used these tools? How many queries has it solved? I don't think there's any better way that we can actually use to say, okay, how qualitative, like what level of quality are these tools offering? If we are not looking at the impact it has made since May 2024, which means it hasn't been up to a year that we have made these tools, and how well have people been using it? Now, in the case of the chatbots, about 835 persons from Nigeria and Ghana are using it. And it has provided answers to more than 2,800 queries on WhatsApp. While in the case of Dubawa Audio, about 251 persons are using the Dubawa Audio, and it has identified and transcribed more than 2,600, accurately 2,628 audio files as at this morning. So which means there's every possibility that maybe before the end of the day or in a few weeks' time, the scores would have increased. So this is how well these tools are doing, and this is how well you, as a journalist who wants to provide accurate information, can use it. So that is all from my end, and okay. So that's all from my end. If you have any question, please let me know, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Philip. Okay, I think you've sent in the links to dubawa.ai, okay? And like you said, it is already accessible. So I know that we have stretched much of our time. Thank you very much, Philip, for sharing this. And probably want to say this out to a lot of people that interestingly, there's a lot of AI tools, right, that are still available for you. So this is just the very little probably that we can take. And we hope that in some way it has helped you
or it has equipped you in some way to develop your skills. Please also note that we'll be sending in a post-evaluation form for people as much as possible. If you have any questions, let's use about 5 minutes to entertain questions. If you have any questions on how to access some of these things, please just kindly raise your hand or just open your mic to ask. Then we can get down on it as quick as possible. Thank you. So some people, okay, nice. For how to access the Dibora chat number, I'm going to be posting it right now on the message on the chat, so you can just save the number on your phone, and that can just help you. So probably one of the things I'm going to just do is go back again, and some of those AI tools, I'm going to start posting them right now, right? We can just copy them as fast as we want to, and save them. Okay, I thought I was not even talking with. I'm going to be posting a lot of them. You can just go back, and as much as you want to start saving them, please save them. Okay, so Paul, you can take over from me. Paul wants to share an evaluation form for us, so you can just take over from me while I just begin to post. While I just begin to reshare some of the links that we have shared earlier. Paul, please, you go ahead. Paul, you can go ahead, please. We probably have less than 3 minutes to do this. So an evaluation form also will still be sent to you. So as much as possible, please try to sign up. You can feel free to follow Data Fights, so that when some of these recordings has been created, we'll make a Twitter or a social media post around this so that you can follow it, and we'll also try as much as possible to send them down to your mail as much as we can. Please do well to follow also Data Fight Academy, because this is not the end of this training. We hope that by next month, we're going to also be doing a lot, right? And probably trying to speak to every other issues as much as we can. Well, I'm still waiting for you to take over from me while I still post the links to some of the chats that we have also, some of the AI tools that we have talked about today. So we're still waiting for questions so that we can wrap this up in the next 2 minutes. Please, can anyone confirm if you can also see some of those links? Especially, it's almost important for you also to make some evaluation. We're going to send that to the mail. Please, as much as possible, help us in evaluating so that it helps us in our next training. All right. So I think Paul is available right now. We just want to run a poll just for assessment on what we have done today. And I think he can just pick it up, then we can round up the trade.
Okay, thank you, Kenny. I shared the link.
I've shared it out to everyone already. Can go ahead. I've shared it out to everyone. Your mic is muted.
Oh, I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. So please, everyone, we just need you to help us fill this. We're trying to get your perception of our product. The Nubia AI and have showcased earlier to know what you think about it and how you perceive the platforms, how you think they will be beneficial to your work, and how you think the platforms would help you. So please kindly just click the link in the chat box and take the poll. It's just a few questions. Please, can anyone confirm if they've been able to access the poll? So the poll should be live from your end. Yes, we are already getting responses from here. So please, kindly just take a moment to respond to the poll. We want to understand what you feel, how you see that Nubia and Goloka can help you. So please just take just a couple of minutes as we are rounding up to take the poll.
Yes, from my end, I've been able to access the poll.
Okay, great. So please, everyone, just click the link on the chat, and then you'll see a set of questions. It's just probably 8 questions, yes and no answers, just for us to understand, how you feel like GoLocal and Nubia AI would impact your work. Okay, so we're getting responses. Please, let's just quickly respond to the poll as we wrap up today's session. For example, some of the questions on the poll: how do you think Nubia AI and GoLocal can help you achieve your career goals? So we're asking these questions so that we can tailor the development of these platforms to your needs, so that we can better improve and develop the platform to serve your needs. Thank you, everyone. We're still waiting for some of us that I haven't. So just click the link. Once you click the link, you'll see a set of questions. Just click your options, yes or no, and then you'll be able to complete the poll. It's just a set of 8 questions. Please feel free to unmute if you're experiencing some challenges in accessing the poll, so that I can quickly guide you on how to go about it. We just have a couple of minutes left to round up the meeting. So please, if you're facing any challenges, please just let me know so that I can guide you. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm finding it difficult to click on the poll.
Okay. Can you see the questions?
I can't see the questions. I've been clicking and it's not opening.
Okay, so try and click the link again. Close the tab and then try and click the link again.
Okay.
So we already have some responses. We're waiting for some of us that haven't attempted the poll yet. So please just take a couple of minutes to attend the poll so that we can wrap up the meeting. Hello, Rebecca. Have you been able to access the poll now?
I'm not so.
Okay. Do we have anyone else who is finding it difficult to access the poll?
Yes, I'm confused concerning the link. I can see different links there. I feel one. but I don't know exactly which one you're talking about, please.
Okay, the recent link, the last link, www.menti.com/ALT, the link you can see on my screen now. So that is the link you should click. The recent link that we just dropped in the chat box.
Okay, thank you.
So once you click the link, you'll see a list of questions that you can answer. So just 8 questions and just click the options yes or no.
I couldn't click on the link, sir.
Same here. It's not being, all other links are highlighted, but this one isn't highlighting. But I don't know if it's from my end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenny,
Can you please drop the link again and highlight it? Thank you so much. So Kenny should drop the link any moment from now so that you can quickly access the poll. So we should have the link. We should have the link on the chat box now. So please check again. Hello, Adfa. I can see your hand is up. Have you been able to access it?
Yes, but I'm being told that the presenter hasn't changed slides, so I'm stuck with one question.
Okay, please go ahead with your question.
Yes, I mean that I am trying to fill the poll, but it's reading that the presenter hasn't changed the slides.
Okay, check now, please.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. Please
Yeah,
go ahead.
sorry. The www.menti.com is still, you resent it again. It's still not highlighted here from my end. I don't know why.
Okay, I'm sending it to you now on Slack.
Same here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
What I did was I screenshot the link, the unhighlighted link, then I copied it, then I pasted it in my Google, and I accessed it, but I can only see one question.
Okay, so now the current question is, how do you think Nubia AI can help you achieve your goals?
Yes, I've seen that. That's the only question I can access. Is
Okay.
that
No.
fine? I should submit it.
There are still other questions. So the next one now is, what specific challenges or pain points do you think Nubia AI and Goloka can achieve?
Am I submitting the first question before assessing the other one, or this is it's a problem? I can only assess one question and submit the last this in page is submit. So I don't know. Am I submitting and assessing another question, or the link is
Try to assess it again. So you can submit and try to assess it again.
Okay, I think the good one is here. The good link is highlighted now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think, Rebecca, you should be able to access the link now. So the next question is, would you recommend Nubia AI and Goloka to your colleagues or newsroom? We talked about how Nubia AI can generate reports faster, how it can perform data analysis from data sets, how it can generate insight from any data set, and also how GoLocal can help you collect data, localized data, and also how you can earn from GoLocal by contributing to campaigns. So if you think GoLocal, or if you would recommend GoLocal and Nubia AI to your colleagues, please just choose the options. Okay, we already have 6 people that have contributed to this question. So we're moving on now to the next question. Okay, what features do you find most useful on GoLocal and Nubia AI? I think that should be the question on your screen now. Okay, we already have some responses to this. Okay. So we have 3 people. We're expecting 3 people more. Okay, we have 4 people now. Sorry, just to carry everybody along, I believe we can all access the poll now from the link shared on the chat box. Okay, so I'm moving to the next question now, which is, what were your initial impressions of GoLocal? When we talked about GoLocal at the beginning of the session, what do you think about GoLocal as a data collection tool that you can use to collect localized data within and outside Nigeria? Whether you're a journalist, whether you're a researcher, whether you're a policy analyst, whether you work in a newsroom, radio station, TV station. What were your initial impression of GoLocal as a data collection platform that can help you collect data from any community within the country? So we have one response here. We're waiting for others to join. We are wrapping up now. We've already stretched the meeting time, and we just want to do this and then wrap up the meeting. Okay, we have more responses here. Waiting for others to join. So we have just 2, and we're waiting for more people to join this question. Okay, so now I'm moving to the next question, which is, what were your initial impressions of Nubia AI? So you should see this question on your screen now. What were your initial impressions of Nubia AI? Okay, we have just one response for this question. Hi, Rebecca, just to be sure, are you on this question? Okay, so now we have 3 responses. All right, that brings us to the end of this poll with the last question, which is, what are your expectations from using Nubia? What are your expectations when you log into Nubia after the session? What expectations do you have on the platform? Okay, so I can see now we have more people on this question. Okay, one more person has joined. Okay, I think we've answered this question at the beginning. Do you think Goloka and Nubia AI can benefit your work? All right. Thank you once again, everyone. We really appreciate your participation in this session, and we look forward to having you, check out all these platforms that we've introduced to you, both the one that we have here at DataFight that we've introduced from DataFight and the ones that my colleague Kenny has introduced to you, and other ones that some of the other team members from other organizations have. So please, you can always reach out to us, and we'll also reach out to you regarding this, the feedback from this session, just to get your feedback on how the session went and what you think we could improve on for the next Data Story Lab. Once again, I really appreciate everyone. Over to you now, Kenny. Thank you.
This is just to say thank you very much for everybody for joining in, and thank you for your time. I hope everything we have taught today be useful to you in one way or the other. Feel free to always send us a message. If you need our help in any way, visit our website, or you can send us a message at academy@datafight.com, or you can CC me at nd@datafight.com. So thank you very, very much for this. I want to assure you that the recording of this and also previous class will also be shared, and we'll also send out some evaluation forms down to your email for you to help us fill out. So this brings us to the end of Data Story Lab 2.0, and we hope to see you in subsequent times or in subsequent months when we are also organizing trainings like this. Do well to also follow us on all of our social media and if you can, as much as possible, probably say one or two few words on your social media handle and tag us as DataFight Academy. Thank you very, very much.